Great. So we're here with Thomas Thorby-Lister for his exhibition opening tonight, the 11th of April at Wester Gallery. It is called Field Recordings, and this is Thomas Thorby-Lister to tell us a little bit more about his practice.
So all the works here tonight are a collection of works made over the last 4 years, some on residencies and also studio development as well. But all of the works are made in the environment, so using the environment to shape and sculpt the surface of the linen. So I leave the linens out in the elements, in the weather, and they get shaped and sculpted through rain and wind and frost and whatever else might be in the elements, like leaves and twigs and things like that. So this work here, you can see the extreme sort of folding and crinkling of the surface. You can see stains and tannins. You can see sort of shadows of where mud was stuck to the surface. So this work is made in Cowra, and a number of the other works are made in Cowra too, where I did a residency, and this is where I developed this process. So for me as an artist, it's mainly about relinquishing the agency to the site and letting the environment shape the linens. Whereas in the studio, I'm folding all the ridges and valleys from maps and satellite images, whereas this work is like a very sort of free, open process, open to chance.
Yeah, so you were saying that these are some of the only works in the show that you've made in the studio?
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of the other works, all the other works, are shaped by the environment, whereas these works are an example of me folding the ridges and the valleys working from satellite images and maps. So you can see the mountains and the valleys, the river lines. So these I fold in the studio, and then I brush and fold and brush. So they're a different process to the site responsive works in terms of working back into it. So when I leave the linens out on site, they get shaped by the weather. I step back in and take that agency back as an artist. I give it a light airbrush to sort of capture all the folds, take it to the studio, stretch it, and then I dry brush back into the surface. So this is probably the most obvious work in terms of the brush work being more definitive, trying to highlight these areas where the water had pooled, so you get all of these sort of very circular organic shapes, whereas maybe this work, it's harder to see the brushwork. I do try to hide the brushwork, as I want to sort of leave most of the agency with the site to shape it and form it and define what it's going to look like. Then I just push and pull the light, essentially balance and contrast the light to sort of set the image.